The most powerful situation I've used the emotional culture deck in is possibly a bit different to what people might expect, is actually during lockdown with my own family. As we went into lockdown in New Zealand, I sat down with my family and we looked at how we wanted to feel and not feel during lockdown. And we all had kind of our own little sheet for that, so that we could then start to see how people didn't want to feel in the family and how we could help support their desired feelings and help them cope with their undesired feelings. And so it was a really profound way for us to go into what could have been quite a hard time.
The most powerful situation that I applied the ECD to would have been one of my clients. I had a coaching session with her and she was in a new relationship and they were about to move in together, and she was very hesitant, she was nervous about it. And so we used the game to identify how did she want to feel in this relationship with her partner and how did she not want to feel in this relationship with her partner. And then once we'd outlined those things, I then asked, okay, what are the things that you need to do each day in order to create these feelings for yourself? And what are the things that you need to look out for and communicate in order to not feel these things? And by doing that, it didn't give a sense of control as such, but it gave a sense of clarity of, this is how I need to show up in this relationship so that I can feel the way that I want to feel, because only we're in control of our emotions. And then when they moved in together, their relationship for the last year has just been absolutely incredible. I still coach both of them, and that conversation around those emotions have been at the core of how they've built their relationship, and I'm now using it with the other partner, which has been really incredible. And that's just so special, to build a relationship from feeling first rather than from what it should look like or what we should be doing. And yeah.
The most powerful situation I've applied ECD to is probably conversations with my kids. I've had lots of amazing moments in work, but to be able to have really powerful conversations with my kids about how they feel and how they want to feel and what success and relies on feeling.
Funnily, the most powerful was when I did it with my dad. So my dad is going to turn 70 this year, and he's a civilian in the army, so he's done his life work in the army, then left and then came back. And he still wants to, he wants to be better at his job. And so I sat down with him at home and I pulled the deck out and I said, what is it that you actually want out of your job? Pick the good thing, the black cards and the white cards. And he pulled it out, and he'd never experienced that before, because obviously regimental, never been asked that. 69-year-old Māori man who's been brought up very staunch, daughter-father relationship, sergeant major in the army. Here I am teaching him around, how to be emotive, using emotions to then work out what he wants to do for the rest of his life, which I don't know how long that is. It was a pretty powerful conversation.
I've had some really positive, powerful situations with the ECD. I won't name the organisation, but I did a team session with a bunch of older males, and a couple of them were pretty anti talking about feelings, which I respected. And we kept playing the game with the ones who were interested, and one or two started loosening up towards the end, and then at the end, one of the guys actually came up and asked if he could take a pack home, borrow one, because he was finally able to show his wife that he did actually have emotions and feelings, and it was actually a huge step for him. So that was a really powerful breakthrough.
The most powerful situation I've used the card game in is with combat engineers and forestry logging groups. So I take a pop-up gazebo into forestry skid site, so the men don't have to come in from the forest for training. I go out to Taihape or Whanganui into the hills and sit with these hairy-ass men, and they don't have great articulation of their feelings. So to have a card that they can point to, that means that they can have the words to express their feelings without having a screen or without hiding behind a keyboard.